Command line arguments in Go. When you run a Go program from the terminal, any values you type after the command name are called command line arguments. These are made available to your program through a variable called args, which lives in the OS package. You access them as OS args. The first element, OS args at index 0, is always the name of the command itself. Everything after that, index 1, 2, and so on, are the actual arguments passed by the user. Let's look at our first example program. This program reads all the command line arguments and prints them as a single space-separated string. Let's walk through it line by line. The first line, package main, declares this file as part of the main package. In Go, every source file starts with a package declaration, and the main package is special. It defines a standalone executable. The import block brings in two packages, FMT, which provides formatted I/O functions like println, and OS, which gives us access to operating system features, including our command line arguments. Funcmain is the entry point of the program. Execution begins here when the program runs. var_s sepstring declares two string variables. In Go, the 0 value for a string is an empty string, so both s and sep start as empty without needing explicit initialization. The for loop starts at index 1 to skip the program name. The := operator is a short variable declaration that both declares I and assigns it the value 1. This loop is Go's only loop construct. Inside the loop, s plus equals sep plus os args at index I concatenates the separator and the current argument onto s. On the first iteration, sep is still empty, so no leading space is added. Then, sep is set to a single space, ensuring all subsequent arguments are separated. Finally, FMT print the complete string to standard output. Now, because for is Go's only loop, it comes in several forms. The traditional form we just saw has initialization, condition, and post statements. But you can also write it as a while loop by dropping the initialization and post just for condition. And if you drop everything, you get an infinite loop, just the word for with braces. Use break or return to exit. There's also a range-based form. Here, range OS args from index 1 onward iterates over each element. The underscore is Go's blank identifier. It discards the index value. This is important. Go does not permit unused local variables. If you replace the underscore with a variable name and never used it, the program would not compile. The blank identifier can be used whenever syntax requires a variable name, but program logic does not need the value. Finally, if the argument list is large, string concatenation with += is costly. It creates a new string every iteration. A simpler, more efficient approach is strings. Join. This single call allocates one string and joins all arguments with a space separator. Clean, idiomatic, and efficient.